In the headlines, police arrest 20 suspects, rescues 33 others as IGP deploys police intervention team in Plateau after massive killing. 9 killed as bandits attack Sokoto village. 22 family members of dead ISIS fighters repatriated to Nigeria. And on the foreign scene, President Ashraf Ghani leaves Afghanistan as Taliban enter Kabul. Hello and welcome to TrustTV News Update. I am Dashan Hussaina Usman. For more news and current happenings, follow us across all our social media platforms. And now the news in detail. Inspector General of Police Usman Alkali says 33 victims of Saturday's attack on travelers through Rukuba community in Jos North local government area of Plateau State have been rescued and 20 suspects arrested. Force Public Relations Officer Frank Mba said this in a statement in Abuja. He said the police are working with the military, other security forces and state government to ensure perpetrators are brought to book. Mba also said the IG had ordered the immediate deployment of police intervention team to Plateau for on-the-spot assessment and to enhance coordinated response to protect the community and boost public confidence in the affected areas. He said the team would be led by Mr. Sanusi Lemu, Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of finance and administration. He further stated that the team is deployed to protect the communities, prevent further attacks, and bring the perpetrators to justice. Similarly, Governor Simon Lalong of Plateau State has imposed a 24-hour curfew on Jos North local government following Saturday's attack on commuters. A total of 23 persons were reportedly killed and 23 injured. Lalong, in a statement by his Director of Press and Public Affairs, Dr. Makut Macham, said the action was to forestall further security threats in the area. He urged Plateau people to comply with the directive to allow security agencies maintain law and order and deal with those bent on causing chaos. Lalong stressed that the 24-hour curfew in Jos North local government area will be operational until further notice. Bandits have killed 9 people and abducted 6 others in an attack on some villages in Goronyo local government area of Sokoto State. It is reported that the affected villages are Bejingo, Entudu, and Tulutu, all in Burjin Ward. The bandits were said to have carted away herds of cattle belonging to villagers during the attack. According to the report, those killed by the bandits are 8 men and 1 woman. The corpses of the deceased have been buried according to Islamic rites. Federal government has announced that 22 family members of slain Islamic State of Iraq and ISIS fighters have been repatriated to Abuja. According to a statement by Abdurrahman Balogun, spokesman of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, they were among 101 stranded Nigerians repatriated from Libya. The statement said they were received by officials of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, NIDCOM, Nigeria Center for Disease Control, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, National Emergency Management Agency, Department of State Services, Nigerian Immigration Service, and Port Health. Independent National Electoral Commission has declared Alhaji Ahmed Manir of the All Progressives Congress winner of Saturday's by-election for Lere Federal Constituency in Kaduna State. Returning officer Professor Adamu Wada, while declaring the results in Saminaka, said Manir scored 34,958 votes to defeat his closest contender, Ibrahim Usman, of the People's Democratic Party, who scored 16,271 votes. Professor Wada said Malam Salihi Abdul Karim of the Young Progressives Party scored 295, Suleiman Lere of the Progressive Redemption Party scored 226 votes, while the All Progressives Grand Alliance, which did not field any candidates, garnered 125 votes. The by-election, which was reported to have been peaceful across the constituency, was conducted to fill the Lere federal constituency seat following the death of a member representing the constituency, Honorable Suleiman Lere, who passed away in April. Former Emir of Kano State, Mohammed Sanusi II, says the general economic recession in the country is root cause of various security challenges bedeviling the country. Sanusi spoke at a colloquium in Kaduna to mark his 60th birthday anniversary. He noted that 70% of security problems in the country, such as banditry, herdsman-farmer clash, kidnapping, and others, have their root in the economy, adding that even the call for restructuring is about resources.
When you are in a society that is so abnormal, you cannot afford to be a conformist. Because if we all conform, the country will not change.
The event was graced by Governor Aminu Tambuwal of Sokoto State, former Deputy Governor of CBN, George Mogalo, Deputy Governor of Kaduna State, Emir of Zazzau, other emirs and chiefs, university dons, other distinguished Nigerians, among others. The Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Mohammed Nanono, has called on stakeholders in the seed industry to ensure effective implementation of the Plant Variety Protection Act 2021. Nanono made the call in Abuja at the unveiling of the PVP Act for the Northern Region. Here's the report.
The PVP Act 2021 is a legal framework designed to protect plant breeders. It is also an intellectual property protection law that helps encourage plant breeders and other stakeholders in the planting industry by granting them intellectual property right over their material. The minister, who noted that effective implementation of the act was needed to develop superior plant varieties with high yield potential, said this was critical to ensuring food security in the country. Nanano commended the National Assembly and President Muhammadu Buhari for signing the PVP bill into law. He also urged the National Agricultural Seeds Council, NASC, and players in the food and agriculture seeds ecosystem to ensure that critical aspects of the bill were implemented.
It is very important that this Seed Protection Act is diligently followed and implemented. And on a regular basis, we should engage all the stakeholders in this business, discuss and review what has happened in the past and make strategy of what is going to go for the future.
For his part, the sponsor of the bill, Munir Dang Agudi, said that the importance of plant variety could not be overemphasized as Nigeria was still threatened by poor yields, soil degradation, emerging and traditional pest diseases. The lawmaker, who is also the chairman, House of Representatives Committee on Agri-Colleges and Institutions, described the unveiling of the PVP Act as a milestone.
Concerned efforts should be made by our breeders to make crosses and use advanced techniques and biotechnology to develop varieties.
In his remarks, the Director General of NASC, Dr. Philip Ojo, said Nigeria's agricultural sector transformation was a significant reason for the country to pay attention to the PVP Act. According to him, the Act will incentivize national and multinational agribusiness investments in the country.
We soon begin to see on our farmers' fields superior yields, pest tolerance, disease resistance, climate smart, input efficient varieties that will be introduced by our innovative breeders, both from public and private sector, in few years to come.
He also said that the NASC had commenced action to set up a functional PVP office to receive and process applications for the granting of plant variety protection rights in Nigeria from anywhere in the world.
We begin to witness efficient land use and reduce food costs as a result of increased productivity from cultivated hectares across the country.
The Chief Executive Officer of Nigerian Economic Summit Group, Laye Jayola, represented by Gloria Ekpo, emphasized the need for resilient seed regulations.
We must act with a sense of urgency to strengthen partnerships for resilient seeds regulations through catalytic investments into the seed sector. Look at tackling high level of insecurity for sustainable and inclusive seed systems and agricultural transformation in Nigeria.
You're still watching Trust TV News Update. Coming up after the break, Nigerian Meteorological Agency predicts 3 days of thunderstorms and rains across the country. We'll be right back.
My name is Samuel Dada.
Yakubu Isa, ana mana kabi da jeji.
Aminu Musa.
A wannan harkar ce muke dan samun abinci, an muke taimaka mu wasu da yawa.
Looking for private jobs. Sometimes you get employed and the process of payment, you undergo some kind of stress.
Get latest updates on current topical issues and breaking news by downloading the TrustTV mobile app on your Android devices. Go online, click Google Play Store, search TrustTV, install the app, and get doses of unfiltered information on happenings all over the world in your pocket. TrustTV, documenting the Nigerian story. Thanks for staying with us. You're still watching Trust TV News Update. Here's a look at our top stories. We told you that Inspector General of Police Usman Alkali said 33 victims of Saturday's attack on travelers through Rukuba community in Jos North local government of Plateau State have been rescued and 20 suspects arrested. An independent National Electoral Commission has declared Alhaji Ahmed Manir of the All Progressives Congress winner of Saturday's by-election for Lere Federal Constituency in Kaduna State. Moving on to more news, hundreds of residents have been forced to relocate from communities across Adamawa and Jigawa states following the destruction of various properties by flood. It is reported that the situation in Adamawa was confirmed by Mohammed Suleiman, Executive Secretary of Adamawa State Emergency Management Agency. According to Adsema, 66 houses and 150 farmlands were ravaged by flood in La Babiri and Bakta communities in Sheleng local government area of Adamawa State. Suleiman explained that the disaster occurred during the week following heavy rainfall which lasted for 2 days. According to Suleiman, residents of the affected areas are currently taking refuge in neighboring communities while the number of casualties have not yet been confirmed. He added that officials of Adsema have been deployed to the affected communities. Nigerian Meteorological Agency has predicted 3 days of thunderstorm and rains across the country. This prediction was contained in NIMET's weather outlook released in Abuja. Thunderstorms were predicted over parts of Taraba, Kebbi, Zamfara, Bauchi, Kano, Yobe and Kaduna states in the morning hours on Sunday. According to NIMET, thunderstorms are expected over parts of Borno, Yobe, Jigawa, Bauchi, Zamfara, Taraba, Adamawa, Sokoto, Kano, Katsina and Kaduna states as the day progresses. The agency predicted cloudy skies over the northern region in the morning hours on Tuesday, with chances of thunderstorms over parts of Borno, Zamfara, Kebbi, Jigawa and Sokoto states. Independent National Electoral Commission has cautioned Nigerians to beware of fake recruitment adverts circulating on social media. In a statement issued by INEC National Commissioner Festus Okoye, The electoral body said it had previously warned of fake employment merchants and racketeers who opened fake employment websites and issued fake employment letters purporting to be acting on behalf of the Commission. According to Okoye, scammers are recruiting INEC's old advertisements for recruitment on social media platforms with the intention to lure and dupe unsuspecting members of the public with attractive offers of employment. In business, Security and Exchange Commission has advised Nigerians to do due diligence on investment platforms through its portal before investing. In March, the Commission said 3 million Nigerians lost 18 billion to Ponzi scheme operators. It also said the devastating impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on the Nigerian economy helped the proliferation of Ponzi schemes offering unrealistic returns on investment to unsuspecting investors. Speaking with journalist Lamido Yuguda, Director General of SEC, said investors need proper research to effectively curtail the fraud perpetuated by Ponzi schemes. He said the Commission has a list of registered and legitimate operators on its website. SEC boss said the Commission acknowledged the critical role that capital market could play in the long-term financing of infrastructure in the country. Nigeria's daily case count increased slightly on Saturday, with 665 new coronavirus infections recorded in 12 states and the Federal Capital Territory. Nigeria Center for Disease Control confirmed the new positive samples in its update for August 14. According to the breakdown by the NCDC, Lagos recorded the most infections with 369 new cases, followed by Anambra and Oyo with 68 and 63 infections respectively. The agency said 117 persons were discharged after recovering from the infection. According to the agency's update, 8 persons died of COVID-19 related complications on Saturday, increasing the total number of fatalities to 2,219. Cholera outbreak is ravaging communities in Plateau State. Plateau has recorded 28 new deaths and 1,415 cases on Thursday. Daily Trust correspondent Dixon Adama gives an update on the situation.
It is no more news that prevailing number of cholera cases on the plateau is alarming, particularly in the 2 local governments of all the 17 local government areas, which are Jos South and Jos North. According to Daniel Numbal Lipstick, the Plateau State House of Assembly chairman on health, said between May and July this year, at about 1,415 cases were reported, while 28 deaths were also reported. So, while people are busy concentrating on COVID-19, the cholera outbreak is ravaging many communities on the plateau, and people have been dying. So many cases and so many hospitals have been flooded. The problem now is what is to be done, and the key thing is awareness. So many people are not taking precaution. They are not even aware, and so many people have been living unhealthy lifestyles. However, there are success cases of some survivors who were able to come out alive. And TrustTV spoke with some of them who shared their experiences. And part of what they said was that timely treatment as well as taking of oral rehydration therapy was what saved their lives. But in all of this, concentrated efforts need to be done so that lives will be saved. And those people who don't know about it will know about it and take precautionary measures.
Alkali has reportedly left the war-torn country as the Taliban nearly completed their Kabul takeover on Sunday, even as they ordered their troops to remain outside the Afghan capital ahead of talks on a peaceful transition of power. Abdullah Abdullah, head of High Council for National Reconciliation, said Ghani had left the country and referred to him as former president. Further, he reportedly asked Afghan forces to cooperate in ensuring security and urged the Taliban to allow some time for talks before entering Kabul. Taliban fighters reached the outskirts of Kabul earlier on Sunday in culmination of a 3-week offensive in which the Islamic militant group seized large portions of the country with very little resistance, the Associated Press said. And now to sports. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola has challenged the club's critics to come up with evidence if they believe the Blues are breaking financial fair play rules. 13 months after the Court of Arbitration for Sport overturned City's 2-year ban from European competition for breaching UEFA's FFP rules, questions about the club's spending are again being raised. Guardiola defended City's British record £100 million signing of England midfielder Jack Grealish. The Spanish manager insists the deal was only possible because the £60 million worth of sales by the club over the past 12 months, including £11 million received from Borussia Dortmund following Jadon Sancho's move to Manchester United. And that wraps up the news update. Don't forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Dashan Husseina Usman. Thanks for watching.